How many decisions have you made today based on what someone else might think? Not what you actually want, not what's actually good for you, what they, whoever they is, might think. I used to do this and I still do from time to time. So let's talk about it. Most people know themselves on the surface. They know what they like, they know what they dislike, they know what makes them happy. But very few of us understand why we do what we do. And that why is where everything lives. So ask yourself, where are you making decisions based on someone else's invisible opinion of you? Now, as I reflect in my own life, I believe there were 3 different decisions I was not making based on what I wanted, but because of the expectations of others. So the 3 for me were therapy, copywriting, and also just I have this innate desire for continuous growth. And so each of those things, as time has gone on, has helped me to start to recognize why I do certain things. So if you've started to recognize why you do certain things, I would love for you to think, what was the root that got you started thinking that way? There were times where I thought I was making my own decisions. Then I started paying more attention to myself and asking myself, why was I doing certain things? And I started to realize a lot of those things were not what I actually wanted to do, but I was thinking about how I would be perceived by someone else. I'd say the biggest example of this in the past would have had to been some of the relationships that I was in with different people. And that was because I was naturally a people pleaser. I always want everyone to be comfortable and to be happy. And sometimes I would do certain things to make sure other people were happy, but not myself. So I encourage you to reflect and think, what decisions am I actually making that are mine, not what someone else wants? And this can be a subconscious thing too. You may think you're doing something that you want, but if you really think hard, you're like, you know what, actually, no, I don't, and this is why. So just take some time to reflect on that. And developing this level of awareness has been one of the best things I think that has ever happened. I know for myself, I could look back over my life and see, had I still made decisions in that way, there would be certain environments or certain individuals that I would still be around to this day in those negative situations and those negative patterns. And those things would have been causing me to shrink, which, as we know, we don't do that here. We refuse to shrink. And so on a level of positive, negative, and neutral, unawareness in this situation, that would not have sat in the neutral category. That would have been in the negative category, but just appeared to be neutral. Lack of awareness in that area does have a cost to it. So if you are, which you might not be, but if you think you may have been in a situation, I would like for you to ask yourself, what is the cost of you not being aware of that? Now, I would say you don't necessarily need a therapist to start, although it does help. And if you feel like that's what you need to do, then by all means get one. I know for me, I just started noticing, it was just really weird. I just started to noticing, why do I do this? Why am I acting like this? And just starting to really ask yourself those different questions. And it doesn't have to be this deep dive, science experiment, all of that. It just has to be intentional. The most important relationship you'll ever have is with yourself. And you can't have a real relationship with someone you don't understand. Start paying attention, and what you find might surprise you. Thank you for watching, and as always, we do our best, and we let God do the rest.